Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second episode of our Staff Picks Happy Hour. I hope everyone has their drink ready, and we will go ahead and cheers and dive right in. Actually, I have to drink when I cheers. Okay, so I'm going to start us off because I want to tell you about Murder in Old Bombay by Nev March. This was actually the winner of the Mystery Writers of America first novel competition, which is really cool. So it's a debut, obviously. And the story begins in 1892 Bombay with Captain Jim Agnihotri in a military hospital with little to do but read newspapers. And that is when a case of two women falling from a university clock tower catches his attention, and he decides to channel his idol, Sherlock Holmes. It's actually based on real events set in a beautiful and vibrant colonial India and really brings this tumultuous historical age to life. I also want to shout out to the Hunterdon County Library Write Group in beautiful New Jersey, which is where I am, of which Nev March is a part. And it's really fun, really great, and I hope you guys will also dive in.
Thank you, Amanda. I have a question for you. Since this is sort of based on Sherlock Holmes, what makes retellings in general, in your opinion, retellings of classics so much fun to read?
So yeah, I absolutely love retellings, whether it's like a fairy tale retelling or an homage to classics like this one is. I just love seeing how authors can put their own unique spin on stories or anything that we're already familiar with, and you can find a whole new aspect to really enjoy about them. Like especially this book, I think the setting is just so vibrant and unique that we don't get a lot of books set in that particular time period, in that particular place, that I think setting it in something familiar but showing us something new is just a really cool, I guess, meeting of different things as a reader, and I just think it's really awesome.
Cool. Okay, I'll take the next book then. Before the Ruins is by Victoria Gosling. It is a coming-of-age mystery thriller about four friends and David, the one who changes everything. The book goes between past and present. In the past, our main character, Andy, plays a game with her friends where they search for a diamond necklace at an old manor. And the relationships are intense, and everyone is more mysterious than the next, with all of the friends in the friend group. In the present, one of the boys in the group, Peter, goes missing. So this is a very addicting build-up with palpable and mesmerizing relationships. And I felt it had a similar feel to The Secret History, with this unlikely group of friends all sharing a secret.
So with like a thriller like this, I know which kind of person I am, but are you a stay up all night to finish thriller type reader, or do you actually have self-control and can like put things away and enjoy later?
I have no self-control. No. I will stay up until the next morning if I haven't finished it. When I was little, my parents used to come into my room. I was probably 7, and I would be under the covers with the flashlight reading whatever book. So it's thrillers especially. I feel like I get a little more scared too if I don't finish it, and then I won't be able to sleep. So maybe staying up all night is helping me sleep.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm very bad about one more chapter, you know.
And then it turns into 15.
We'll see what happens. One more chapter, and then it's like midnight and I'm dead the next day.
So I've got another fun mystery to share. This is Whisker of a Doubt. Here, I'm going to show you the cover. It's got a fun little cat on the cover. So Whisker of a Doubt, our main character is Maddie James, and she owns a cat cafe. And not only does she own the cat cafe, but she also volunteers caring for a feral cat colony in this like extremely wealthy neighborhood. And so rather than focus on the fact that she is single at Christmas, she makes herself very busy with her work. But unfortunately, not everybody in the community has a soft spot for the cats like she does, and some tensions have been rising between the neighbors and the volunteers. And then bum, 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 things take a turn when one of the wealthy residents is found in a snowbank after being bludgeoned with a Christmas gnome. And Maddie's fellow volunteer is being blamed for the murder. And so in order to help her friend, Maddie has to figure out who done it before someone gets away with the perfect crime.
I love the cat puns.
Thank you very much.
Ever been to a cat cafe?
I have. I've been to a couple. There's one in Manhattan that I've been to. I don't remember what it's called, but it's really fun. And they tell you which cats are available to be adopted, and so you can like apply to adopt some of the cats, and you can just sit and cuddle with them, and it's really fun.
Do they just wander around the whole time?
They do, yeah.
That's so fun. I love that.
It's like my dream to go to a cat cafe. I've never been, but it just sounds like an amazing place.
I'll hook you up. I'll let you know what the name of this one was.
And then if you had to choose an animal to help you solve a murder, what animal would you choose?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have an answer.
What's your answer, Talia?
Raccoon.
Really? Why?
I don't know. But that was the first thing that came to mind. And now I want to hear everybody else's.
I do feel like they're very like wily and like sly. I think they could dig up some dirt.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like my normal answer would be dog, because obviously they actually do help solve murders.
Right.
So I feel like they would be actually useful.
Yeah.
Always the pragmatic one, Amanda.
Yeah. I can always picture like a little fox or something sort of like darting around.
Yeah. For some reason, a giraffe is popping into my head just because I think it would be really funny.
They could see everything.
Exactly.
It would be the distraction while you run around and do the real detective work.
I feel like it's a cop-out to go with gorilla or ape or something just because they are the smartest.
They're so
but I don't
smart.
know. Maybe I would. I definitely would not go with my dog because you can hear him barking in the background and he would not be helpful with anything.
Also, the fact that he's blind and deaf might
add to it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mention it, but well, I'd like to stay on the topic of cats, if we may. I don't know if anyone can see. Probably backwards, you can't see what it says. It says meow, M-E, cat, W. As my nephew once said when he was little, M-E, cat. That's my favorite. Anyway, I would love to talk to you about feline philosophy, Cats and the Meaning of Life by John Gray. And I hope you can see my little cartoon of the cat saying, I don't care. And okay, so what is the deal with this book? The author, who is a cat obsessive, like a lot of us, examines cat behavior using behavioral science and biology. And the book is essentially Cats and the Meaning of Life. John Gray, the author, has had cats as companions for most of his life. He has admired their natural ease and contentment in the world. Observing their nature, he reflects on how silly and vulnerable we humans are. We just need to look more closely at our feline friends to achieve happiness, apparently. Why should we care? Who is this guy? What does he know? So he's a regular contributor to the New York Review of Books. He has been a professor of politics at Oxford. He was a visiting professor at Harvard and Yale, and a professor of European thought at the London School of Economics. So he has the chops.
Talia, are you a cat person or a dog person?
Well, Emily,
you think I'm so curious. I don't know the answer.
You think that because of my tattoo, meow, I might be a cat person, and you might be right. But first, let me tell you a story why I have meow tattooed on my arm. My cat, Schmackies, rest in peace, had the best meow. Every time she meowed, I think I died a little. I hated her. She was awful. We are convinced that she murdered our other cat, Poopy. Yep.
I'm sorry, is this a
Well,
real story? This cannot be real.
it's real. Oh, not
Who
only
named
was
these cats?
Schmacky's her nickname, because not everyone could pronounce it, was Pants. Because when she would stand up, it looked like she had hammer pants.
Mm-hmm.
And Poopy's real name was Marcy, but it was Marcy Poop. So then you had Poopy and Pants. Ah, get it?
I do get it.
Okay. What was the question?
Are you a cat person?
Right. I'm not sure. I think I like all animals, so I would totally. Yeah, I can't. I'm neither. Really, I like.
Do you think it's possible to be both?
Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, absolutely. Not. I've never met a person who's both, so I'll go with both. I am a unique unicorn, as I've always known.
I am definitely a cat person
Yeah.
over dogs, 100%.
Why? Why? Have you ever owned a dog?
I have. I mean, not me personally, but like my family has owned dogs and cats. Cats, they get a bad rap for being high maintenance, but they are so much easier to care for than dogs.
Who said they're high maintenance? They are
I feel
so
like
not.
everybody thinks they're like high maintenance, and I think that they are way easier to care for and like cuddly, and if you get a nice one. My cat was not nice, but
Mine was not. Poopy was a sweetheart, believe it or not. She was this like tiny, fluffy cat that would go around the house screaming, "Hello, hello!" I am doing an exact imitation of the noise she made. Hello. Sorry. Did other people want to answer that question?
I mean, my family has only ever had dogs, and because of that, I think I put cats like up on a pedestal and like dream of owning one day. So I want to be a cat person, but I can't accurately claim to be one without having owned one. So
I think I like cats from afar. I love dogs, and I don't dislike cats. I feel like people who say they're dog people usually dislike cats. But I like them. I don't know if I could hug one right now, though.
I will say also, for the most part, cats smell better than dogs.
Very true.
So that has a large role in my choice. Talia, of the famous internet cats, we've got Grumpy Cat, Lil Bub, Keyboard Cat, so many more. What are your favorite? Who is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Emily, another great question. Really, you were just getting in the brain today, right in there. I loved Lil Bub because I'm a sucker for any cat that grew up with a hardship but didn't know. She had a very like a strange disease, I think, that made her her limbs didn't grow in the right way, and she was still super cute and had this crazy little face, and she was all folded in on herself, but was always like, I'm happy. And I dig that despite all of the bad things that happened to her, she just brought so much love and happiness to me. And yeah. Anybody else? Cat?
I loved Grumpy Cat.
Yeah.
But I also really love Pusheen. Not technically a real cat, but
Pusheen, another great one. Yeah.
Pusheen. A unicorn Pusheen.
I'm gonna go Grumpy Cat too.
Classic.
I'm not on my cat pop culture as much as I should be, but I do like Grumpy Cat.
Talia, I have another question for you. So many cat questions. There's this thing that exists called Sad Cat Diary. Do you know it?
I think I am familiar.
Can you explain to the rest what Sad Cat Diary is?
So it's an amazing video of a gentleman expressing what he thinks are the thoughts of many different cats that just look so forlorn. And an example, one of my favorite diary entries is, I'm paraphrasing. Something happened. The human either didn't give the cat enough food or closed the door on the cat. And the cat says that it will sing the song of its people. And that line just resonates with me. When any animal is just howling, you just know they are trying to summon their people. So there you have it.
I love that. I love that answer.
That is amazing.
I always wonder what cats or what animals are saying, specifically cats, when they're howling or meowing or whatever.
They're always saying, feed me. Stop touching me.
Leave
Go
me alone.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, leave me alone.
So many cat thoughts to close out our latest episode. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.
Meow.
Yeah.